Welcome to my channel BBC Rare Coins. Did you know that a tiny copper coin from nearly a century ago could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today? In this video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the USA 1-cent wheat penny, one of the most iconic and collectible coins in American history. Let's start. Top 1. What if I told you that a tiny copper penny from 1940 and an ordinary-looking quarter dollar could be worth more than your car? Maybe even more than your entire savings. These aren't just any coins. These are rare treasures in the world of numismatics. Coins that have stunned collectors and shattered expectations at auction houses. Let's begin with the 1940 wheat penny. The wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was produced between 1909 and 1958. The 1940 edition may seem common at first glance. After all, over 500 million were minted in Philadelphia alone. But hidden among the masses are coins that tell a different story. Coins that have become icons of rarity and perfection. Some 1940 wheat pennies, preserved in pristine condition, have fetched jaw-dropping prices. One example, graded MS 68 plus red, is nearly flawless. Sharp details, brilliant luster, a coin untouched by time. That penny sold for over $14,000. Not because it was rare in quantity, but because it was rare in quality. Fewer than a handful exist in such perfect state. Then there are the error coins. These are not mistakes to collectors, they're golden opportunities. A double die obverse is one of the most desirable varieties. The doubling effect on the date and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" creates a striking visual error, and collectors are willing to pay thousands for clean examples. Other rare errors include off-center strikes, broad strikes, and clipped planchets. Each one a unique anomaly. Each one a small piece of minting history. Imagine checking your change and finding a 1940 penny with doubling on the date. A quick glance with a magnifying glass, and suddenly you're holding a coin worth more than your paycheck. These coins exist. They've been found. They've been sold. And they're still out there. Now let's talk about the quarter. Not just any quarter, but a legendary error that's become one of the most valuable modern coins in U.S. history. This is the mule quarter. In the year 2000, a shocking mint error occurred. A coin was struck using the obverse of a Washington quarter and the reverse of a Sacagawea dollar. That's right, two completely different denominations, 25 cents and $1, combined on a single coin. This type of error, known as a mule, is extraordinarily rare. Only a few of these coins are known to exist. One surfaced and created a frenzy in the coin collecting world. It was authenticated, graded, and ultimately sold for an astonishing $78,000. And that price wasn't a fluke. The demand for mule errors and other minting anomalies has only grown. Each one tells a story of how human error created numismatic gold. Even outside of mule errors, other valuable quarter varieties include double dies, missing clad layers, off-metal strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. Some of these coins, especially in uncirculated condition, have sold for thousands. What makes these coins valuable? It comes down to three things: rarity, condition, and demand. A rare coin in poor condition might fetch a modest price, but a rare coin in mint state? That's when the numbers start to climb. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for high-grade examples. Coins that have survived decades without wear, scratches, or blemishes. Coins that shine like they were minted yesterday. But the most incredible part of this story is that many of these coins were once in circulation. They were pocket change, forgotten in drawers, tossed into jars. And now, they're legends. What can you do? Check your change. Look at every penny, every quarter. Study the dates. Examine the mint marks. Learn what errors look like. You don't need to be an expert to find a treasure. You just need to pay attention. Because somewhere out there, in someone's pocket or sock drawer or old coffee can full of coins, another rare 1940 wheat penny or mule quarter is waiting to be discovered. Maybe it's already in your house. Maybe it's in your wallet right now. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. And sometimes, the smallest coin can lead to the biggest reward. Top 2. ChatGPT said, "In the world of coin collecting, history and value often come together in the smallest forms. And some of the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be extraordinary treasures." Today, we're going deep into the story of two coins that have stunned collectors and auction houses alike. The 1942 wheat penny, a coin with unexpected value and historical weight, and an ultra-rare U.S. quarter worth a staggering $75,000. These coins prove that rarity, error, and condition can turn pocket change into legacy. Let's begin with the 1942 wheat penny. At first glance, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny might seem like just another old copper coin. Over 600 million of these were minted across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But within that massive number, there are hidden gems, coins that, due to condition, errors, or unusual varieties, have become prized by collectors all over the world. The Lincoln wheat penny had already become a staple in American pockets by 1942. But that year was also the heart of World War II. The U.S. Mint was experimenting with materials, preparing for the steel cent that would debut in 1943. It was a time of transition, and transition often leaves behind rarities. One of the most valuable 1942 wheat pennies is a flawless, mint-state example with full red color and almost perfect surfaces. Graded MS 68 red, this kind of coin shines with its original copper brilliance, preserved for over 80 years. One such penny has fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Not because of a minting error, not because of a metal anomaly, but simply because of its untouched perfection. Only a handful in the world exist in this grade, but it gets even more fascinating when we talk about errors. Some 1942 wheat pennies were struck with double dies, where parts of the design are struck twice by accident, causing a visible doubling in the date, letters, or Lincoln's profile. These double die errors are extremely rare, and when combined with high-grade condition, they've been known to sell for thousands. Other error types include off-center strikes, where the design is shifted, missing elements, clipped planchets, and even transitional metal errors, where the wrong planchet, such as one intended for a silver dime, was mistakenly used for a penny. Any of these errors from 1942 can turn a 1-cent coin into a 5-figure collectible, and the hunt continues every day. Coin collectors and even ordinary people still discover these rarities in old change jars, inherited collections, or estate sales. It's entirely possible that a valuable 1942 wheat penny is sitting unnoticed in someone's kitchen drawer, waiting to be rediscovered. Now let's talk about something even more jaw-dropping. A U.S. quarter dollar valued at $75,000. Yes, a simple 25-cent coin, one you could hold in your hand without a second thought, sold for as much as a luxury vehicle or a down payment on a home. But this isn't just any quarter. This is one of the most mysterious and rare minting errors in American coinage history. The story behind this $75,000 quarter centers on a rare script error and an ultra-low population, meaning hardly any exist. The coin in question is a Washington quarter with a rare die error that resulted in a misaligned or incorrect inscription, often referred to by collectors as a script errored I. In this case, the lettering around the coin, such as United States of America, quarter dollar, or In God We Trust, was either severely doubled, misplaced, or struck with an incorrect font due to a faulty die. The result is a quarter that looks bizarre and unforgettable. Errors in the script are highly unusual and incredibly hard to fake, making the few known examples extremely desirable. This particular error wasn't caught by the mint, and only a few escaped into circulation before being discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. One of these quarters, in mint condition, was authenticated and graded, and went on to sell at auction for $75,000. The rarity of the error, combined with the excellent preservation, made it one of the highest-selling modern U.S. quarters of all time. Collectors know that modern coins can be just as valuable as their older counterparts, but it's the combination of uniqueness, error, and condition that truly makes a coin legendary. Whether it's a misprinted phrase, a doubled inscription, or an off-metal strike, these rare quarters are often found by people who had no idea what they were holding. Imagine finding a quarter like that in your pocket. To the average person, it's 25 cents. But to a collector or auction house, it's a once-in-a-lifetime find. These stories are not just about metal. They're about history, luck, and the thrill of the hunt. The 1942 wheat penny, born in the midst of global conflict, and the modern quarter with its mysterious error, both represent the wild, unexpected world of numismatics. Each coin is a reminder that even in something as small and overlooked as spare change, there can be immense value. So the next time you get coins back from a store, or clean out a drawer, take a closer look. Check the dates. Look for strange details. You never know. You might be holding the next $75,000 quarter or a penny that belongs in a museum. In the world of coin collecting, the smallest discoveries often lead to the biggest rewards. Top 3. ChatGPT said, "The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, where ordinary coins can become priceless treasures." Today, we're diving deep into two extraordinary examples from American numismatics. The 1945 wheat penny, one of the most valuable and sought-after pennies in history, and a rare U.S. quarter dollar featuring a unique script error that sold for an astonishing $67,000. These coins show how history, rarity, and condition combine to create extraordinary value from what might seem like everyday change. Let's begin with the 1945 wheat penny at a first glance. The 1945 wheat penny appears to be a simple copper coin from the middle of the 20th century. Millions of these pennies were minted during that year as the world was still recovering from the aftermath of World War II. But among the millions, there are a select few coins that stand out as some of the most valuable in the wheat penny series. The 1945 penny is famous among collectors for several reasons. One of the most valuable varieties is the high-grade example, coins that remain in pristine condition with original red luster intact, showing virtually no signs of wear or damage. These coins are extremely rare because pennies were widely circulated, often worn, damaged, or lost over the decades. When one surfaces in mint state, especially graded MS 67 or higher, it commands a premium price. Some have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, making them a true prize for collectors. Another fascinating aspect of the 1945 wheat penny's value lies in its rare mint errors. For example, certain 1945 pennies were struck on incorrect planchets or have die cracks and doubling errors that make them stand out. A notable error includes the double die variety, where the date or lettering appears doubled due to a misaligned die during minting. These errors can increase the coin's value exponentially, turning a humble 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. Also worth noting is the existence of 1945 pennies that were struck on leftover 1944 steel planchets. A true rarity because in 1944, pennies were made mostly of copper from recycled shell casings, while in 1945, copper was still being used, but steel planchets from the prior year mistakenly ended up in production. Such anomalies are exceptionally rare and highly prized. Finding one of these coins today could mean a significant payday, especially if it's in exceptional condition or shows unusual mint characteristics. The 1945 wheat penny stands as a symbol of resilience, minted during a pivotal time in history, and now one of the most valuable pieces of that era. Now, let's turn to an even more astonishing coin, a rare U.S. quarter dollar with a script error that sold for an incredible $67,000. This quarter is unlike any other. Its story begins with a minting error so unusual and rare that it immediately caught the attention of collectors and experts alike. The coin features a dramatic script error, where the inscriptions on the coin, such as United States of America, quarter dollar, or E pluribus unum, were struck incorrectly, appearing distorted, doubled, or with an unusual font style not seen on standard quarters. Such errors are incredibly rare because the dies used at the U.S. Mint are closely inspected to prevent mistakes. Yet, occasionally, errors slip through the system. This quarter script error makes it unique among thousands of other coins produced that year, giving it immense numismatic value. The rarity of this coin is further magnified by its condition. Graded at an extremely high level by professional grading services, this quarter remained nearly flawless despite its age and circulation potential. This perfect preservation, combined with the unusual script error, catapulted its value to the six-figure range, culminating in a remarkable $67,000 sale price. What makes this quarter truly special is that it represents a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and demand. Collectors who specialize in mint errors and anomalies highly prize these kinds of mistakes because they're unpredictable and exceedingly uncommon. Both the 1945 wheat penny and this rare script error quarter demonstrate how small mistakes, or simply exceptional preservation, can turn everyday coins into incredible fortunes. They remind us that even in the smallest objects, history, craftsmanship, and chance collide to create something truly extraordinary. Own next time you hold a coin. Whether it's a penny or a quarter, take a closer look. Look at the date, study the lettering, and see if anything looks unusual. Because the next big find, the next coin that might be worth tens of thousands, could be sitting right in your hand. The stories of these coins are more than just about money. They are stories of history, art, and chance. From a simple penny minted at the end of a world war to a quarter with a minting mistake worth more than many cars, the world of coin collecting continues to surprise and inspire. The 1945 wheat penny and the $67,000 script error quarter stand as shining examples of how incredible value can be found in the smallest things, waiting for someone to discover them. Top 4. The world of coin collecting holds countless stories of history, rarity, and incredible value, often hidden in the most ordinary coins. Today, we're exploring two extraordinary pieces of American numismatic history. The 1957 wheat penny, one of the most valuable and sought-after pennies ever minted, and a rare U.S. quarter dollar featuring a unique script error that sold for an astonishing $58,000. These coins prove how condition, rarity, and error can turn everyday change into priceless treasures. Let's start with the 1957 wheat penny at first glance. The 1957 wheat penny looks like a simple copper coin from a post-war America. But collectors know that among millions minted, some examples have become incredibly valuable. The 1957 penny was part of the last years of the wheat penny series before the mint switched to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959, marking the end of an era and making these late wheat pennies especially collectible. What makes certain 1957 wheat pennies so valuable is their condition and rarity of specific varieties. A pristine 1957 penny graded at a high mint state level, such as MS 66 or higher, can fetch a significant premium. The reason is simple. Pennies circulated heavily, and few remain in near-perfect condition. Those that do are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors willing to pay thousands for an untouched example with full original luster and crisp details. But condition isn't the only factor. Some 1957 wheat pennies carry rare errors that dramatically increase their value. One of the most notable errors is the double die obverse, where parts of the design, especially the date or inscriptions, appear doubled due to a misalignment during striking. This doubling creates a striking visual effect that collectors prize highly. Such error pennies can fetch many times the price of a regular 1957 penny, often selling for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on their condition and rarity. Another valuable variety includes coins with repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies that set them apart from the millions of standard pennies. These errors are not just curiosities. They represent a moment in the minting process when something went wrong, creating a coin unlike any other. Now, turning to something even more incredible, the rare U.S. quarter dollar with a unique script error valued at $58,000. This quarter stands out not just for its face value, but for a highly unusual minting mistake involving the lettering, or script, on the coin. Unlike normal quarters, where the inscriptions are clear and uniform, this coin features a rare script error that caused parts of the text, like United States of America, quarter dollar, or In God We Trust, to be distorted, doubled, or struck with a different font style. This kind of error is exceedingly rare and instantly recognizable to experts. Mint errors like this are rare because of the meticulous quality control at the U.S. Mint, yet every so often, mistakes slip through. This particular script error makes the coin one of the most sought-after modern quarter errors, commanding a remarkable price when it surfaced at auction. Graded at a high mint state level, the coin's exceptional preservation only amplified its value, making it a prized centerpiece for any serious collector. The $58,000 sale price reflects not just the rarity of the script error, but also the strong demand among collectors for unusual minting anomalies that defy the expected perfection of modern coins. It's a testament to how even the smallest error can transform an everyday quarter into a treasure. Both the 1957 wheat penny and this rare script error quarter show that history and fortune can come from unexpected places. Whether it's a penny minted in the last years of the wheat penny era or a modern quarter with a minting glitch, These coins highlight the magic of numismatics, the thrill of discovery, the beauty of craftsmanship, and the value hidden in plain sight. So, the next time you hold a penny or a quarter, take a closer look. Examine the date, study the lettering, and watch for anything unusual. Because somewhere, in the coins we pass by every day, may lie the next great find, a coin worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, waiting patiently to be discovered. These stories remind us that in the world of coin collecting, the smallest pieces of metal can hold the biggest stories, and sometimes the greatest fortunes. Top 5. ChatGPT said, "The world of coin collecting is filled with fascinating stories where ordinary coins become extraordinary treasures." Today, we explore two remarkable pieces of American numismatic history. The 1958 wheat penny, one of the most valuable and rare pennies ever minted, and a rare U.S. quarter dollar featuring a unique script error that sold for an astonishing $53,000. These coins demonstrate how condition, rarity, and minting mistakes can turn simple change into priceless artifacts. Let's begin with the 1958 wheat penny. The 1958 penny is notable as one of the last wheat pennies ever produced, marking the final chapter of a series that began in 1909. By this time, most pennies bore the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse, but a small number of wheat pennies were still minted in 1958, making them highly collectible due to their place at the end of the wheat penny era. What makes the 1958 wheat penny so valuable is a combination of rarity and condition. Unlike earlier wheat pennies, which were produced in massive quantities, the 1958 issue had a much smaller mintage. Many of these coins were circulated heavily, causing most surviving examples to show wear and loss of detail. However, a handful of specimens have survived in exceptional mint state condition, with original red color and sharp detail still intact. These high-grade examples are exceedingly rare and can command thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in today's collector's market. In addition to condition, certain varieties and mint errors from 1958 add to the coin's value. Some coins exhibit die cracks, doubling, or repunched mint marks, which are prized anomalies among collectors. Such errors can multiply the value of a coin many times over, turning an already scarce penny into a true numismatic gem. Now, turning to a modern marvel, the rare U.S. quarter dollar with a unique script error valued at $53,000. This quarter stands out for a very unusual minting mistake involving the lettering on the coin. Unlike standard quarters where inscriptions like United States of America, quarter dollar, and In God We Trust are perfectly uniform, this coin displays a striking script error. The lettering may be distorted, doubled, or rendered in an unusual font style due to a die error, making it one of the rarest and most sought-after modern quarter errors. Minting errors of this nature are extremely uncommon, especially in recent decades when the U.S. Mint's quality control measures are stringent. Yet, mistakes do occasionally occur, and this quarter is a perfect example of how such an error can elevate a common coin to incredible status and value. This particular coin, graded in near-perfect condition, achieved a record sale price of $53,000 at auction. The combination of rarity, the dramatic script error, and pristine condition made it a crown jewel for collectors specializing in mint errors. Both the 1958 wheat penny and this rare script error quarter remind us of the fascinating stories coins can tell. From the end of an iconic penny series to a modern coin with an unintentional but extraordinary flaw, these pieces illustrate the excitement and value that lie in the smallest objects we often overlook. Next time you receive change, take a moment to examine each coin carefully. Look at the dates, inspect the lettering, and search for anything unusual. The next incredible find, a coin worth thousands or even tens of thousands, might be closer than you think. In the world of numismatics, every coin has a story, and sometimes those stories can be worth a fortune. The 1958 wheat penny and the $53,000 script error quarter are perfect examples of how history, rarity, and chance come together to create true treasures.